Recently, we traveled to the Republic of Singapore, a small, culturally diverse, and highly successful city-state. In less than 50 years, Singapore has transformed itself into one of the most dynamic and productive countries in Southeast Asia. With limited resources but an openness to innovation, the government has helped make Singapore an ideal place to live, work, and play. What would amaze people to know about Botswana?
What would amaze people is for them to know that Botswana is the best managed country on the African continent. Not only that, Botswana is the least corrupt country. In terms of democracy, for us in Botswana, democracy is part of our culture.
I read these big reports, and they say that New Zealand always is ranking in the top 10 of all school systems all over the world. What's the secret of success?
Well, there is no one secret of success. In order to get a system, a system, of course, is made up of many parts. One of it is that we have a highly aspirational culture as a society. We're a small country. We're last stop before Antarctica. We know that in order for us to enjoy the quality of life we want to have, that we have to trade to survive. And in order to do that, we have to design products and services that we can sell to the world and that the world wants from us. That means that our biggest and best resource is located between the two ears of our citizens.
Petra is an ancient city of ruins located in Jordan, about a 3-hour drive from the capital city of Amman. To enter the city, you walk through a parting or cut in the mountains called a Sikh. This ancient city is surrounded by mountains in the middle of the desert and was built more than 2,000 years ago by a group called the Nabateans. What do you think China wants?
Status, influence, and the reassertion of what it views as its normal historical role. And think of this is a country that's been a state for 6,000 years with occasional breakdowns, but still continuity. It sees itself as a central power in the world. And the question, the challenge for us is how to make that compatible with our very important preponderant role in the world.
In the United States, we often are more concerned nowadays with, is the correct phrase like a suitcase bomb or something like that? Something that's
improvised
smaller?
Nuclear device. And
tell me the phrase again.
Improvised nuclear device.
So what does that mean in my language?
In your language, it means it's a pretty crude weapon. But it's a weapon that probably has a lot more material in it than our own warheads that we have built to go on the front end of missiles and travel reliably 3,000 miles. A suitcase bomb, or not a suitcase bomb, an improvised nuclear device is almost certainly going to be bigger than a suitcase. The smaller you are, the more sophisticated. So.
With extremely tight security arrangements in place, we were escorted onto the base and to its observation platform high in the mountains, which overlook the border between South and North Korea. The contrast of tension at the DMZ area and the beauty of the location are striking. How has being on the square, day in and day out, in the past and now, how does that change the role of women in Egypt?
It broke a taboo and a wall for Egyptian women, because the common notion about Egyptian women or women in the Middle East, that they are fragile and in time of clashes or conflict they will just be at the back helping the injured, maybe acting as helpers, nurses, or maybe praying for those who are fighting. But that was not the case. Egyptian women were on the front lines, who shed their blood, who paid their lives for freedom and for democracy, such as men.
You are very clearly on record if you say if we had lost the war on drugs, we would have lost the country, huh?
Absolutely. And I was National Security Advisor to President Barco before I was ambassador. And I can tell you that when we left the office, we never knew if we were going to arrive alive at home.
Oh, Lord.
And
Oh, Lord.
That was the kind of situation. When a judge issued a subpoena, we have to send him abroad because if not, he will be killed.
Oh, Lord.
Now, Colombia has a very strong judicial system that's capable of enforcing our laws and protecting our population.
We made it a point to go to the desert in Oman, about a 2-hour drive, a scenic drive, away from the capital city of Muscat. And we have been hosted here in the desert by a wonderful woman and her family. It would be considered, I guess, for us, a Bedouin complex. And off in the distance, the goats are being tended by the young 18-year-old son. There are camels in the desert as well. So we sat, we had coffee with them, dates with them. Over the next few programs, This is America will take a look at the culture, people, government, economy, and sites of Kazakhstan. We'll also take a look at the importance of Kazakhstan in the region and its relationship with the United States. This is America visits the Republic of Kazakhstan.